Hi, this is Sean at 7442 Analytics with a quick update on some analysis using the octet array applied to some Forex markets. We'll take a look at those real quick. And also have an update on the S&P 500. I found a better combination than I previously showed in a video. So let me get to that real quick. Get moving on this. As you know, the logo is 7442, which is a spiral sphere. And the address in the warehouse is 7442. And if you get out your calculator, you know that 744 divided by 7 equals 2 pi, which is the radius of the spiral. Again, the home address of the warehouse. So anyway, besides all that, let's take a look. And the last time I made a video, I showed the results applying the British pound Japanese yen Forex spread with the spiral components and the octets. I created that for a market bias, real-time market bias app user that had some questions about Forex and getting back to some of the old octet arrays. So that's what I found out, a 21.55 gain using the octets in the spread compared to a negative 12.384. And now I looked at some other markets. He gave me, for example, the Australian dollar spread. The best combination I could find using the octet array was 0.20548 compared to a loss of 0.07646. So in other words, it almost tripled the inverse function of the regular market. So if the market was down 0.07, it was up almost 3 times as much by using the octet array for pre-computed buy and sell signals into the infinite future. So let's look at the Canadian dollar now. Canadian dollar, I'm going to double check these components, but the first pass showed a gain of 10.823 compared to a loss of negative 0.20567. Again, that's almost a triple. It's about half as much if you did the exact opposite of the market. So, you know what I'm saying. So that's the Canadian US dollar Forex spread. Then I had the British pound dollar spread. It was a gain of 0.33544 compared to a loss of 0.07586. In other words, the British pound lost 0.07586 compared to the dollar on a buy and hold basis for the year. And as you can see, that's almost a, what is it, a 5.5 times gain, 5.5 fold gain by applying the octet array to the market and then pre-computing the buy and sell signals for the year of 2018. Let's see, I have a couple more. Then I have the euro. So the euro dollar spread, the euro US dollar Forex spread showed a gain of 0.22318 compared to a loss of negative 0.0568. Again, close to a 4-fold improvement. So if you did the exact opposite of the market, just being long the dollar and short the euro, or the euro spread, you'd gain 0.0568, whereas by applying the octet array to the pre-computed buy and sell signals, you have a gain of 0.22318, which I think is significant. You can compute what that actual dollar gain is. So in order to do this, what I did is I took a spiral in 3 dimensions, over here, in 3 dimensions. Actually, I just used the XY frame. So it would be X and Y, this is X. And each dot on the spiral surface is planet Earth, spiraling through space. Okay, so then what I did is, if you remember from the broadcasts, I gotta find this one. I then cut it into 8 components. So you can see here, Y and the X axes, and then at 45-degree angles, broken into octets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And so what we did is we used a 1 or -1 sequence around that octet, and we had it pre-computed whether to be long or short when the spiral was in each of those octets. In the past as well, we kind of looked at taking apart in thirds, so breaking that down into the Fibonacci sequence around the thirds, and I have that information. I haven't re-examined it, but to get the results, I just took the octet charge ray and I applied a -1 to certain octets, and again, it's a chromacity diagram based on quantum gravitational optics, as we discussed in the past. And so then that's, again, the octet charge ray. So this is something we examined in the previous broadcasts, whether it was prograde, retrograde, up or down in price, then passing over each octet period, things like that. And I also created in the spreadsheet that I'm using how many trades a year. So typically it's around 500 trades a year, 500-day trades a year. And I'm going to show you also another result. I redid the octet charge ray for the S&P 500. So for example, in 2017, I'm going to re-examine this again. The green line is the pre-computed buy and sell signals on the chart. And then the black line is the actual gain and loss accumulative for the actual S&P 500. And as you can see, most of 2017 it was above. The gains were beating the market. But in the last, since December 7th at the singularity date, it started inverting, and we don't want to get into the complexity of that in this brief review. But I re-examined the octet charge ray for the S&P 500, and I got a better result. I don't know how I missed it, but it was a gain of $61,437.50 compared to the buy and hold gain of $2,862.50. So in other words, those were pre-computed buy and sell signals that happened or began when? I don't know, but it's for 2018. So that's a quick update for my associate in Dallas. He wanted me to create a video and then go back to apply it to the Forex markets and see how it did. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. As you can see, it totally destroyed the S&P 500 by having pre-computed buy and sell signals. Now, some of you may remember it's not perfect. There are going to be periods when it'll do inverse of price. And I just applied the octet charge ray. I didn't change it at all. I didn't use any other complicated components like the different phases 1 through 10, moving back and forth along the spiral, whether it's rotating clockwise or counterclockwise, just the XY frame, nothing fancy, and re-examining that based on a request from a user. So that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to contact me. Leave a comment below, and I'm thinking about getting more into it, doing more live broadcasts. If you'd like to acquire the Spiral data set and do your own research, you can do that as well. So for example, I'll show you how I did it. Turn off the whiteboard. I made sure that all the elements matched up. So in this example, I have all the spiral components, and then I have the different octets pre-computed. Where is it? Up here. And a singularity, different characteristics. So I kept it basic, and then I made sure that the NASA data periods lined up with the market data periods. So my beginning date would be January 1st, 2018 at 5 o'clock. Then I made sure the market data matched up with that as well. For example, here's the S&P 500. And I changed a little bit for the Forex markets, but I made sure they lined up. So my first data set would be down here. This I think was the British pound yen spread. So I took the pre-computed spiral components, the rotating around the octets, and then I laid the market data that was provided by associate in Dallas for each of the markets, British pound, and then I computed what the difference was if we had pre-computed buy and sell signals. So British pound, there's a Canadian dollar, British pound, the other one was the pound yen spread, and then the euro, and the last one was the Aussie. So I just replicated, made sure that all the data matched again. So you can do it on your own if you wish, but all you need is the spiral components, and you can get those by asking me. I can't give them away for free. I just can't. I've got, so many years invested in doing the algorithms, but if you have any questions, comments, concerns, just put them in the comments below, and we'll talk. Bye now. Have a good weekend. It's Saturday, and we'll talk to you later. So any questions, again, just put them in below. Bye now.